Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Mentorship project. I am Utkarsh Pandit, presently serving as a Law Clerk-cum-Research Associate at the Hon'ble Supreme Court of India. Recently, the results for the Law Clerk written examination were declared by the Supreme Court. So, I would like to congratulate all those who could secure their names in the list of the top 275 shortlisted candidates for the interview round. This is itself a big achievement. Now, after these results were declared, we have been receiving numerous messages from a lot of shortlisted candidates regarding how to prepare for the interview round of this examination. But before I share some insights into the interview round of this examination, let me clarify what happens after you fill the preference list. So, once you submit your preference list, your resume is shared with the residents of the Hon'ble Judges whom you have placed at preference number 1 and so on. So, if at all there is a vacancy in the residence of the Hon'ble Judge whom you have placed as your preference number 1, and if at all that judge likes your resume, the lordship or ladyship might call you for an interview, or you might be asked to undergo an assessment. Now, in case you are asked to undergo an assessment, the shortlisted candidate might be asked to prepare some briefs for the cases that are listed, or you might be asked to assist with some research for a particular judgment, and based on that you would be assessed on your capabilities and you might be selected as a law clerk. Now, if at all there is no assessment, there can be an interview, and for an interview, let me be very clear that there is no straitjacket formula, but you can enhance your chances of getting selected by knowing your judge better. For this, I would suggest that you need to read the judgments of the Hon'ble Judge whom you have placed as your top preferences, and you should be well versed with their latest Supreme Court judgments and any landmark judgments from the High Court. Apart from this, what you can do is check the roster of the judge whom you have placed as your preference number 1 and understand what all laws his lordship or ladyship deals in. So, if an honorable judge deals in criminal law, you should be very well versed with the basics of the criminal law like IPC, CRPC and Evidence Act. So, this will help you to stay confident during the interview and you can easily ace through it. Now, apart from this, last year the common questions that were asked were like, why do you want to clerk with a particular judge of the Supreme Court? And if at all you are already working somewhere at a law firm or with a senior advocate, AOR, then why do you want to leave that particular chamber and clerk with the judge of the Supreme Court? And what has your experience so far been? If you are a fresher, what all moods, extracurricular activities, co-curricular activities you have participated in? So these were some of the questions that were asked during last year interviews that were conducted. Now, if you do not receive a call from the judge of the Hon'ble Supreme Court, you might get a call from the registry for an interview. So, from my own experience and from my experience of other colleagues, the registry interview is primarily based on your resume, and you might be asked some personal interview sort questions also. So, some of the questions that were asked, like, why did you pursue law? Why are you interested in pursuing a clerkship at the Supreme Court? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now, and what are your plans after the clerkship? So, these were some of the typical questions that were asked previously. Then, some of the questions that are based on your resume could depend on the type of work you have done during your internships, or if you have participated in moot court competitions, written some articles. then the questions would be based upon that. Telling about myself, I was asked questions on arbitration law because I had written some articles on arbitration and I had also pursued some internships in that field. So one of the questions that I could remember was what is the difference between section 34 and 37 of the Arbitration Act. So you will have to explain the entire section and what is the difference between the two provisions. Another question that was asked was what is the status of international commercial arbitration in India, and at what pedestal does it stand in the global arena. So these were some of the questions that were asked from the resume, but an interview from the registry is generally brief, around 5 to 10 minutes, and based on that you might be shortlisted to work in the registry. There are various departments in the registry like the Center for Research and Planning, E-Committee, Editorial, Judges Library, etc. So law clerks are involved in various departments of the registry as well. So this was a brief insight into what you can expect during the interview. But I would like to conclude by saying that don't panic much about the interview stage, as it is just a test of your personality. I would suggest that you need to know your resume very well. Either you get a call from the registry or from the residence of an honorable judge. So you need to know your resume very well, and you need to thoroughly brush up on your basics of law and maintain a calm and confident demeanor. This will help you throughout the interview. In case you have any further doubts or queries, you can feel free to comment down below. And thank you and all the very best for your interview.